I know a lot of times that we have conversations about the delineation movement, and a lot of people like to focus it on the diaspora. But there's one aspect y'all not paying attention to, and there's one aspect that they may not be saying a whole lot, but they're actually more worried about the delineation movement. Now, you may say, who is worried more about the delineation movement than people that are speaking out pretty loud would be people of, the diaspora. The folks. Let me explain to you why they have more of an issue with the delineation movement than anything else. Y'all not realizing that the delineation movement has disrupted a lot of study, disrupted a lot of money that they have spent on market research, with politics, etc. Let's go there. So they spend a lot of money with researching our community, researching our voting patterns, researching where we stay, researching, what we listen to, researching what we wear. It's always something they're spending money on with us. And in their worldview, they have to have us as a monolith. You understand what I'm saying? That Black America has to say, okay, well, we all Black and that's it. When Black Americans have delineated, you don't understand how that has messed up everything for them. Now they're gonna have to go spend money again trying to study the delineation movement, how it came about, what's being said, what's not being said, what's going on, etc. It's messed up a lot of money there. They're going to spend more money on more research. Think tanks going to have to spend more money on a whole lot of things discussing us. Now, we're not saying that, okay, if you go get a Barack Obama, he's Black. Now we're saying, no. He's not a freedman. His lineage come from Kenya. He's not us. So don't bring him over here. When they look at their Black crime stats, they can't say, well, this guy, he's Black. And then we do a paperwork check and say, no, he's Somali. He's not Black American. Don't throw his crimes on us. That messes up their crime stats. Because now we are delineating, and have you noticed, because of our delineation in the mainstream media, notice they say where the person's from now. If they are someone that's of African descent, Caribbean descent, if they're Black American, they say exactly where they come from now. Why are they doing that? Because Black Americans have set that tone. So you're messing up their whole worldview. So they can't. So all this mess at one point in time, it says going on in Minnesota. At one point in time, they'd have been like, see, those Blacks, they stealing money, they scamming. Look all what the Blacks are doing. See, Blacks. Notice with that story, they're saying Somali, not Black. If we'd have never had pushed the delineation movement, they'd have been saying all that mess is Black. They would say Ilhan Omar is Black. They'd have been saying everybody's Black and putting it all on us, and we have to take the brunt of the weight of everybody else's crimes. And they were getting away with that for a long time, and it also assisted propaganda spoken against us by the folks. Then another thing. With the delineation, we did not get permission. We did not discuss it with the Democrat Party. We didn't get their thought process. We don't even care what they think about. We decided to say, hey, we're delineating. This is what we're doing. There's no hate with it. Y'all can have your thing. Do you. Be at peace. Be merry. But we're going to delineate, and we're going to start doing our own thing here in America and fix our community, because we have neglected our community for a very long time. And we're jumping out there defending every other group when they have issues and little tuss-ups and disagreements with white supremacy. We never fix our community and what we got going on. We never even can heal, because Black America needs to heal. You cannot heal when you're constantly fighting all the time. You know what I'm saying? You got to take a break. You got to get some therapy. You got to take some vacation. You got to just enjoy yourself and do you. You know what I'm saying? And delineation has allowed that to happen. Another thing that they don't like anything that's going to promote Black American unity. They don't like that because no one had a meeting. Nobody had say, this is what we're going to do. It just went and happened at one time. And they're like, well, man, who's the leader of this? There's no leader. That's another issue that they have. See, it's easy when it's a leader movement, because strike the shepherd, the sheep will scatter, or corrupt the shepherd, and then we can get everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's better to corrupt a person and have them there, pay them off or do whatever, and just keep them underneath control. Now with delineation, there's no one figure they could say. There's no Martin Luther King figure you can go to or Malcolm X figure you can go to and say, well, he's the leader. This is why they even try to say certain people are leaders, right? And the wise thing to say is, no, I'm not a leader of nobody. I'm not leading anything. This is what is going on. This is, the people are just saying that we're going to look out for our community, our lineage, etc. We love everybody that's going to treat us right, but hey, we got to look out for self right now. And they know from history that when Black America look out for ourselves, we get things done. Black Wall Street happened because we were with each other, working together, and on one accord. The greatest threat that these people have is us being on one accord about anything. Because when we are on one accord about anything, positivity is going to happen in our community. Listen, they need us to be fighting each other. They need people that can be able to come in and infiltrate. Because, see, even with that, they can't use a Candace Owens anymore to come in our midst because we already said, where you from? We hear certain things you're saying and our ears perk up. You know how when a dog hears something, the ear perk up real quick. And we like, wait a minute. Where you from? What's the name of your family? And we know telltale they get offended the moment we ask that question. And say, oh, now we about to really get deep into it because what'd you get offended for? Because in our culture, we ain't got no problem telling people where we from, who our family is, who our people is. We ain't got no problem with that in our culture. So you've messed up some of their infiltration too. Now, not to say they won't try and still use other Black Americans, but we checking things now. We checking a whole lot of things. We're not letting them dump crime on us. We're not letting them dump improprieties on us. We're not doing any of that. And that's messing with them big time. And they really don't have a response to it as of yet. When it comes to certain politicians now, they can't just grab a person that's a first generation immigrant or whatever and say, hey, look, he's the first Black. She's the first Black. Like, no, they're not the first Black. They're the first maybe Jamaican. Maybe they're the first Caribbean person, but they're not the first Black. No, because we are Black Americans. They are Jamaican. They are Haitian. They are this and that and the third, right? Remember the Haitian Congresswoman who has an issue right now because they allege that she took millions of dollars. Well, at one point in time, they'll say a Black woman politician, she did this and look at the Blacks. You'll get them in Congress and this is what they do. No, they can't do that now. Now they have to say she's Haitian. And that's because part of the delineation movement. So we are literally messing up the whole thing with the delineation movement. One decision by Black Americans, and we have literally a ripple effect to everybody. Of course, the people that be closest would be Black immigrants. Of course, that's a ripple effect for them because now they're losing their overall protector. Because we were the protector. Hey, at one point in time, all this mess was going on with the Somalis. We'd have been up there and we'd have been just like, hey, leave Black people alone, or whatever. Now it's like, hey, nothing but delineation movement. Everybody got to eat cake now. See, Black Americans are saying, oh, you was talking bad about us? Okay, cool. You do you, bro. You go ahead and do you, and we going to do us. And that's it. No. We don't want to hear it. We don't want to hear nothing. Just do what you're going to do. You said you called us names. You didn't want to unify. You didn't want to practice Pan-Africanism. So we are good now, brother. We good, sister. Don't say nothing. And now because of that, all these other groups now are literally doing confessionals online and reflecting on the things they have said about us as Black Americans. Why? Because of the delineation movement. Asians are saying things. Arabs are saying things. Even white people are saying things now. Why? Because nobody have Black people. White people did this no kings protest and they couldn't find Black people. And they're like, where are the Black people at our house staying out of y'all business? It has nothing to do with us. We good. If we go out there, all y'all gonna do is shoot us and put us in jail and do all kinds of things. So y'all got it. If you're mad about Trump, go out there and protest if you want to. And everything they do, it falls to the ground. Why? Because we're not there. They know we the star of the show. They know that we get worldwide attention and we show up and do anything. And they crave the attention. when the Hispanics were protesting about ICE in LA, they were like, where's black people? We're out here in big numbers, but where's black people? In our house chilling. And everything they do, people see them in large numbers, but it has nothing. And nobody even care about it. And think about it. Then some of them go from being upset with us about that. We showed up for George Floyd. Well, y'all should be out here. Or some of them self-reflect and say, you know what? We get why black people are not out here no more. See, none of this would have never happened if it wouldn't been for the delineation movement. Now I'm starting to see the Asian community starting to speak up against them folks now. That would have never happened if the delineation move wouldn't have happened. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying everybody, and listen, this is what I'm going to say. Black people need to stay in this position until, well, minimum during the era of Trump. They need a good 4 years of that, minimum. Okay, I'm not saying that we don't, vote or something like that in the midterms. That's not what I'm saying. There's a lot of local elections that we need to participate in, and maybe some congressional Senate races that we need to participate in. Right? We still got to be responsible for our own interests politically. But even though we come out to vote for something, doesn't mean we go put the cape on and go back out there trying to save nobody. No, let everybody be on their own, at least the term of Trump, and then maybe again you'll see. Now, some people still haven't learned their lesson yet, and that's okay because they ain't been long enough. They're not upset enough. They haven't suffered enough. But the folks don't like that, especially the Democrats. They really don't like it because the Democrats are like, man, look, they're going to have to switch their whole game up too. The Democrats going to switch their whole game on how they promote, how they talk to us, everything. The Democrats have spent a lot of money and assumption thinking that we just going to show up just because. Like, no. That 2024 election messed the Democrats up. They spent a lot of money with Kamala Harris. She should have been president by the money that they spent on her. But we have showed them that your donor money don't mean crap. If Black America don't show up, then you're going to lose, and you're going to lose big time. That's really what it is, ladies and gentlemen. We are messing up the money. We're messing up the operating system for the folks. And that's okay. That's what we're supposed to be doing. The only way we're going to be treated right unless we teach people to treat us right. We're not going to get no reparations going along to get along. We got to switch the game up. And while we're delineating, we need to be working with each other, healing from a divide. I'm going to tell you, I've been doing this for over a decade. And I'm loving this time because I'm not seeing us arguing about colorism anymore. I'm not seeing arguments about black men and black women. You got a minority doing that, but that's not like it once was. A lot of brothers and sisters are working together. They talking about, healing divides, and they say, man, look, we are family, man. Look, we got our problems, but no, you brothers and sisters working together. I'm loving to see all that, but the folks don't like that. They love to see black men and women at each other's throats. They love to see us just not focusing on the community. They love that because it benefits them. So a unified Black America is a strong Black America, and it's a big threat to them. This is why they want us even caught in quote unquote diaspora wars. Because at least if we arguing with Africans or arguing with Caribbeans, they can keep us distracted. No, we can do multiple things at one time. We could let them know about, hey, this is why we're doing what we're doing, and highlight that and show that, but we still getting work done in the community. You understand? We are definitely noting every community that has done us something wrong, that's treated us either racist, disrespectful. We have a list, and we are definitely checking it twice, and we definitely know who have been naughty, and definitely we know who have been nice. And let's call it what it is. Not too many people have been nice. A lot of people is on the naughty list. That's just really what it is. But delineation has messed up the folks big time and a whole lot of their money, and they are scrambling, and that's good. Now, what do we do in this position? Just hold your peace, continue to unify, work together, heal divides, get therapy if we must, work on our health, work on our businesses, our careers, go to school, trade school, do something to just, it's all about elevating ourselves as individuals and elevating ourselves as a community. That's what we focus on in this time. When it's time to get back in the fight, we'll know. We'll know. And we'll get back into it like we never lost a step. Listen, every fighter need a break. Every team need an all season. Okay? Then you come back. NFL has an all season. NBA has an all season. track, running track, and they train all the time, but they do have an off season. And we need to have our off season. Then when we come back, you come back stronger. Doesn't mean you don't do anything, but we have so many fights in the community that we need to solve, especially with these midterms coming up and all of that. So yes, the folks are definitely got to issue delineation. You better believe that.